Today we are going to cover adding ROMs to your Retropie. You will need your Pi board, its power cable, which needs to be at 5 volts 3.5 amps, an HDMI cable going from your board to a display, and USB Type-A controller. We left off on the last video with only seeing the Retropie menu item. Let's first shut down the Retropie and unplug the board. I plugged in an old USB drive to load ROMs onto. Let's format it using Mini Partition Wizard. Right-click on the drive and select Format. In the drop-down, we want to select FAT32, and we can give it whatever name we want to. Next, we'll hit Apply, select Yes, and wait for the drive to be formatted. Next, we want to go to the USB drive. Here we'll create a folder with the exact same name of Retropie. Currently, the folder is empty. Eject the USB from your computer, and now we want to plug it into our lay potato board, whatever board you are using. Turn your board on. For a lay potato, you simply plug it in. You want to wait until the light on your USB stops flashing and it is solid. This took about 4 minutes. I've edited the video to save us some time. Shut down Emulation Station with your USB controller and power off your board. Plug your USB back into your computer and let's take a look at what just happened. Retropie detected a USB with Retropie folder and added some items inside of it. We really only care about the ROMs folder. We will find folders for all the emulators in here. Now we need to find a ROM to put on the USB stick. Not all ROMs are legal. I will provide a link to this site that goes over the different licenses around a ROM. At the bottom of this article are some links to places to find ROMs. I like retroveteran.com because it's easy to find the ROMs for different systems. We are going to install a free homebrew ROM off of retroveteran.com. The ROM we are going to try out is a Super Nintendo game called Dottie Dreadnoughts. Going to the games page, we can download it as a zip. Unzip the zip file, and inside we find the license, but what we are really after is the SFC file. Open up your USB and find the SNES folder for Super Nintendo emulator and copy the SFC file into it. Disconnect your USB drive from your computer, plug it into your lay potato or other Pi board, and boot up your board. Retropie will automatically detect and copy the ROM to your SD card. And now we can see the Super Nintendo emulator. You can navigate to Dottie's Dreadnought. There are a lot of Retropie commands to be aware of, but most important, changing save slot, saving, and reloading at the save spot. I'm going to play into the game a little bit. To change your slot, push the hotkey and right or left to increase or decrease. You can see for a moment in the bottom left that I have changed save slots. To save, push the hotkey and right shoulder button. Again, on the bottom left, you can see that I saved. After playing a bit, we will push the hotkey and left shoulder button to load back to the exact spot I saved. I'll leave a link to a list of commands in the description. To exit, we hold down the start and select at the same time. Back in the emulation station menu, you can shut down your Pi board. As you add ROMs for other systems, more emulators will show up. However, some emulators are not installed, like Nintendo 64. And you must have the right kind of file for the emulator. I'll put a link in the description for where to find the ROM file type supported by Retropie.